Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today, we are grading all of the Sugar Rush Part 1 cards from today's content drop. Of course, before we get started, if you are part of the 63% of people who watch the videos that are not subscribed, let's change that right now. Head down, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. And I will be live tonight on Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern, link in the description. I better see you there, and you better hit that subscribe button. You better do both those things. Please do it. We're on that road to 50K. Please do it. Either way, as we do, we're going to talk about these 92s, and I'll tell you guys which budget cards I like from this content drop. And to be honest, I mean, Jamin Davis, he's pretty solid for like a early user. If you get your hands on this card and you don't have a user yet, and you're kind of just getting started, he's great. Does he rival the top end users in the game? No, I don't think he does at all. Marquise Goodwin, also decent speed. And as far as the offensive line goes, I do like Cam Robinson. He's kind of over 90 in all of, like, the important stats, like pass block and run block, which I like. So Cam Robinson pretty good. Mekhi Becton, not great because he's under 90 pass block and under 90 run block. So that's not a card you're looking at, not a card you really want at all. And that's what the Jets said as well. But yeah, Marquise Goodwin, 94 speed, decent budget. He's gonna be a little small though at 5'9". But there's like very below average budget cards in this content drop. Very below average. As far as the 95s go, Rashawn Slater. This card, I guess we'll start grading now, but 95 overall, pretty good pass block stats across the board. This card I would probably give like a smooth B to. I think he would be pretty good. You know, over 90 and all the important stats. I'll give him a B. That's a pretty top end grade for a 95. Isaiah McKenzie, 97 speed, 5'8", good route runner. Also, I will give him like a B minus just because of the height, really. The speed's good, like very top end speed in the game right now, but 5'8" is just the scary part about the card. Go over to page number 1. We then have the free Trent McDuffie. This card is completely free, just through playing in the field pass. And I do believe that Trent McDuffie did get abilities. Unfortunately, I got to kind of go over here. So Trent McDuffie gets Lurk Artist for 1, medium route for 0, short route for 1, deep route for 1, and outside shade for 2. Not bad. Like outside shade for 2 at medium route, not an awful setup. Also deep route, medium route, pretty good too. Or even I probably wouldn't go Lurk Artist on this card as he's only 5'11", but McDuffie pretty solid for a free card. Unfortunately, he's only gonna be a man-to-man guy, and I feel like they're giving us a lot of free man-to-man corners. So Trent McDuffie for a 95, I think he's probably an A. I think his stats are good and the abilities kind of knock him down. I think if he had good abilities with good stats, he could potentially be like a B plus-ish. But I'm fine with Trent McDuffie being a B. For a free card, he's not bad, especially if you are just kind of getting started looking for those corners and things like that. He's pretty solid. Next up, we got Roy Lopez, defensive tackle. Okay, Roy Lopez. I don't know who this is, to be honest. I never heard of this guy a day in my life, but he looks okay. Looks okay. You know, speed and acceleration. I think he's probably like a C plus card for Big Roy, I guess. Sam Hubbard's up next. So 95 finesse move, 90 power moves. The fact that they're giving him better pass rush stats than the literal LTD of the promo, which we'll talk about in a second, is blasphemous, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Led astray. Wait, that's a whole different thing. But either way, speed, acceleration is good. Over 90 power and finesse moves. Sam Hubbard looks like he'll be pretty good, honestly. I think I probably would give him a I think, man, it's gotta be B plus. I think over 90 in both pass rush stats with good block shot, good tackling, good speed, good strength. I'll give him I'll go B plus on this one. I'll go B plus on it. I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna go B. Next up, Luka Decky, right tackle, over 90 run blocks, under 90 pass block. Damn. All right, B minus for him. Although he's a very good pass blocker, the run block stats, or I guess it's the pass block stats that miss. Run blocking is great. Pass blocking is not. And for a tackle, you definitely do not want that. So B minus, potentially C plus for Luka Decky. Next up, Delshon Elliott. Good speed. 95 speed's not bad. It's not great either. Zone coverage. They put man on here. Under 90 man. Hit power pursuit. B minus for Deshaun Elliott. I did like the way his cards play earlier this year, but I'm still gonna give him that B minus. Next up, Tyson Campbell. I believe he's a zone guy. Unfortunately, yeah, they didn't announce the abilities for the 95s, but normally they're really. Oh no, maybe they did. No, yeah, they didn't. They just listed them. Unfortunately, but Tyson Campbell, zone archetype corner, because these cards should get discounted abilities, right? As they are 95s, they should, I would imagine. But acceleration looks good, zone coverage, man 95 too, 6'1", not a bad card. I think this card has like B to B plus potential. Not a bad card, honestly, like really not. I mean, the speed's a little scary, but if you're able to put the right abilities on him, he'll play pretty well for you. Next up, we got Nelson Aguilar. Wow. Nelson Aguilar does get an upgrade today. 95 speed with a good route. Oh, under 90 short route running. At least he's a good deep to medium route threat. 6 foot. I'm going to give Nelson a B-. My socks are still on. And for your free welcome pack player, you're going to get Trayvon Walker. So how this is going to work is there's going to be a field pass where you're going to be able to earn the Trayvon Walker tokens. Also through solos, you'll be able to earn Trayvon Walker tokens. And also in the field pass, that's where you're going to earn your free Trent McDuffie. But this card right here, I agree, really, how is he a 98? Again, like, Sam Hubbard's got better pass rushing stats than this man. Yes, the speed's great and the acceleration's great. The abilities they actually did mention, which I'll show you in a second, and that's going to be Demoralizer for 0, No Outsiders for 1, Run Stopper 0, Unfakeable, and Edge Threat Elite. So not bad abilities. I would probably go like No Outsiders, Edge Threat. It's probably would be what I run, to be honest. But not bad. Oh, no, it's 2 from the field pass, 2 from the store. Oh, they're not even from solos. They're from the store? So you gotta spend chocolate on them? That's kind of nasty work by EA Sports. But I guess you'll probably earn chocolate through solos, so it's kind of the same. But either way, decent abilities for Trayvon Walker. I think this card is... I actually kind of want to see what his previous traits were on some of his cards. Trayvon Walker. I guess we don't have a great card of his, but 2 of 3 traits. Okay, Trayvon Walker, I'm going to toss the man... Good physicals. I think the best I could do for this 98 is probably like a B+. I don't, as far as 98 B pluses go, he is free, but he's not even like the best free edge rusher that we've seen so far this year. He just really is not. Next up, Andrew Thomas. This card is actually pretty solid. I'm just looking at the abilities here. He's going to get Secure Protector for 0, Matador for 0, Linchpin 0, Post Up 1, Nasty Streak 1. So pretty top end abilities for a left tackle, and the stats are also pretty good. Andrew Thomas, I think, just getting solid offensive linemen kind of gets overlooked, and I think I would honestly give this card probably like an A+. The stats are great. I would like to see an identifier, but I feel like they're good enough where this card is definitely one that maybe you should look into adding if you don't have a good left tackle already. If you're someone that has some of the top end guys already, maybe not, but not a bad card. Not bad at all. I don't hate this card at all. I really don't. Next up, we got, okay, we're gonna go Christian Barmore next. This card, oh baby, Christian Barmore. Okay, again, interesting, but yeah, 90 acceleration, 99 block shed. He's the definition of a run stopper. Good for him though. I actually want to see Barmore's previous abilities. I mean, maybe this card won't be as bad as I kind of think. Maybe he won't be. Traits 2 of 3, high motor on yes, so that won't be bad. The stats are pretty good, and he does get no outsiders and inside stuff potentially for 0 AP, which is actually really good. I actually made that mistake on my TikTok earlier. I said that he gets it for 1, he gets it for 0. That's pretty good. Or double or nothing, reach elite, BOGO. If you use this card, I would probably use him at defensive tackle. I'm not sure if he will get defensive tackle secondary chems, but that's where I would use Christian Barmore. His abilities kind of play well there, and his stats like are kind of defensive tackle like with like lower speed and high block shed and things like that. So if you do get Barmore, play him at defensive tackle. There are so many good edge rushers in this game. Do not waste one on Christian Barmore. I don't know why I cut the video right there. My brain just said, let's cut. I don't know why that happened. I stopped talking. Either way, next up, let's go Marshawn Lattimore. This is, again, one of the better cards in this drop. Marshawn Lattimore cards always just play well to me. I feel like I've always liked his cards whenever they do come out. And I like what they did with this card. I think they should do this more with cards. And like, it's easy to make them do both things. Like, be good zone guys, be good man guys. And all you got to do is put deep route and deep zone in the same slot. So if you play man or play zone, you have that option. So you have deep route or deep zone. So you probably, if you're playing zone, you put them in deep out zone or deep zone KO and then pick artist. Easy. You have a great zone cornerback on your team with great stats. If you put him on, if you want to make a man-to-man, you can go deep route and pick artist or deep route and short route. You can do whatever you want there. So I like this card a lot. I think Marshawn Lattimore is going to get an A+ stamp as well. I do think he's going to get the A+ stamp. I didn't even rate Barmore. Barmore, let's give him a, I think he's an A. I'll with an AA minus for Christian Barrymore, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, I think Marshall Lattimore's an A+ card. As far as like corners, and to me, A+ doesn't mean he's the best in the game. I think he's in that top 10. I think that's an A+ corner to me. So he'll be good. Whether he play man or zone, he's gonna play well. No X factors, unfortunately. And yes, no X factors on these cards, unfortunately. No theme team as well for these cards. But there is a +2 speed strat card that will expire when the promo's over. So it's kind of like a theme team for when the promo's still around, but once the promo's done, it'll all be gone, unlike Super Bowl and playoff and combine where those theme teams can live forever. You know what I mean? So unfortunately for this promo, yeah, no light up X factors. Abilities are actually pretty good on a lot of these cards, but the no X factor thing. And my whole thing is, people are like, oh, I hate the X factors, I hate the X factors, promo theme teams suck. But the problem is, once EA goes down this road, you can't go back, because then every other card and every other content drop looks average after it. If you're gonna go down that deep, dark path, stay there. You know what I mean? Don't go back, because this is what happens. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Either way, Nico Collins up next. Let's talk Matthew Stafford. So Matthew Stafford, very, 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 very interesting card here, because in a way, he's kind of like the Derek Carr Genki Force, right? Where you're gonna have to pay full price for set feet lead if you want it. Matthew Stafford's release is not bad. And he does get Gunslinger, so I would run Gunslinger, Gift Wrap, so that's 1 AP so far. And then Hot Route Master puts you at 2 AP, and then you are going to have to pay full price for set feet leads. What's that, like 5, 6 AP? And there's no X factor, so you still do get the God Stack with 2 AP left over, but he's not going to compete with the guys that get God Stack and then some for 4 AP. It's simple as that. Matthew Stafford, unfortunately, in the current QB meta, this is a B+ card. Yeah, not a great card. Not great. Do not use Matt Stafford unless you really want to and you love him, sure. But he will be able to play with enough AP put into him, but then that's not going to let you do what you want on offense and use these other abilities. That's just a fact. Either way, Nico Collins. Nico Collins, I think, is an A+ level card. I think this card is better than the LTD Demaryius Thomas. I don't think it's really that close either. I mean, it is kind of close, but it's not as close as you would think for like an LTD being better, like a 99 being better than 98. This card's really good because of his abilities. He gets Slot-O-Matic or Route Tech. I think Route Tech for 1 is great. If you don't have Hot Route Master, also Slot Apprentice for 0, Matchup Nightmare for 0, mid-in for 1. So I would probably go Route Tech, Matchup Nightmare, just super consistent man-beating, route running across the board pretty much, and zone as well. You're going to get those better catches and stuff like that. So Route Tech for 1 and Matchup Nightmare, really, 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 really good for Nico Collins on a guy who's 6'4", big body with 98 speed, really good acceleration, really good route running. I think Nico is an A+ card. I think like Marshawn Lattimore, Nico Collins are 2 of the best cards from this drop today. But you know, they're pretty solid. Next up, did we do all the champions? Andrew Thomas, Matt Stafford. Okay, now we're on the LTDs. Let's talk Leonard Williams. This card is literally a B, and he's a 99 overall. I don't know what the vision was on this card. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know who at EA decided we're going to make Leonard Williams the 99 champion. And, you know, I have a Jets team, so you think, oh, he's got to be happy to be getting a new Leonard Williams. No, I'm not. Leonard Williams has 1 trait. 1 trait. High motors on yes, though, so I might have that dog in him. But 1 trait on yes. The man has under 90 finesse moves. He's slow. He's a right end. So this card is an outside rusher, right? I believe he does get defensive tackle chems on his, I think he does on this card. I believe he did. They're not gonna, yeah, he does get secondary defensive tackle, so you can put him there. But the problem is they gave him the abilities of an edge rusher. So even if you wanted to play him at defensive tackle, there's no inside stuff. There's no interior, interior force or whatever. He doesn't get any of the interior abilities. There's no X Factor, no Colossus, no Unstoppable Force. None of that is a thing. So they built the man to be an outside rusher, but he's not a good outside rusher. So this card will be overpriced. This card will not be good. Do not put this card on your team unless he's going for literal quick sell. That's the only way I add Leonard Williams to my team, is if the man is quick sell value. There's no other way that I'm adding him to my team. I do not like this card. There are better edge rushers right now in the game than Leonard Williams. Bad traits, bad stats, low speed, built like a built like an edge rusher when the man should be in the interior. I don't know what division was. I do not know what division was. The same goes for Demaryius Thomas, low-key. Okay, I'm gonna give Demaryius, I'm still gonna give him an A+ because I still think he's a top-end receiver in the game just based off of stats alone, like in his height and the way that I know his cards do play. But I do think Nico Collins is the better wide receiver from today's drop. And I don't know if people are gonna agree with me or not. Maybe it's just because I don't like mid-in or mid-out that much. I've never been like, the only in or out elite that has really been successful for me has been short-in elites in Madden. Like this year, not as much, but like short-in's one that I was like, oh, that definitely is working. Mid-in elite, I still feel inconsistencies with it, but he does get mid-in and mid-out for 0. If you like that, by all means, you probably love this card. But me personally, I would rather see a Route Tech or a Slot-O-Matic or matchup nightmare, and even him not getting red zone threat for 0 AP when we have guys in the game that already get it for 0 AP doesn't make much sense to me. But playmaker you're not going to use if you have Bo or a tactician, whatever. Wide receiver apprentice you're also not going to use if you have a Bo or a tactician, and most likely the people that are going to be buying this card are the ones that have these top end quarterbacks, so it does make no sense to me. But really the setup's just going to be mid-in and mid-out, or mid-in and red zone threat, which is not a great setup. It's not a great setup, really. And even I think mid-out is the better one because mid-out, no, mid-in's the better one, right? Mid-in's the better one. I think mid-in's the better one. But not great. Demaryius Thomas, A+. The ability's been really, really good in this card. It could have been maybe top 5, maybe. But again, no X factors do not help these cards. Like a nice little yak 'em up X factor on the LTDs. X factors on the LTDs would have been a nice little sprinkle. Like Leonard Williams, if he got Colossus, he would be top 5. Pass rusher in the game easily, but he doesn't. So now he's mid. You know what I mean? And then Demaryius Thomas, he could have had yak 'em up. He could have had, I guess that's the only wide receiver ability I like. So I'm going to draw the line there. But that would have lifted him a lot, in my opinion. But I still think he's going to be like a top 10 receiver. But for a 99 overall LTD, he's not special. Like your casual 97 overall yak Andre Reed, who I think is probably better than this card. I think Darius Hayward-Bay is better. There are much better options in the game right now. For cheaper, because this card's going to be overpriced. It's Demaryius Thomas. He's going to be overpriced. But either way, Sugar Rush Part 1, if I were to give it a grade, I would probably give it some good cards. I mean, some of the names are just kind of underwhelming to me. I think it's probably like a B- drop. One of the worst Sugar Rush drops that I can remember from playing Madden. I think Sugar Rush is normally very, very good. That's kind of like the entrance to the end game. You know what I mean? But we're taking steps back here. Simple as that. All right, we'll see you boys in the next one. Be live tonight. See you there. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you boys in the next one.